entrepreneurs, micro entrepreneurs, because of COVID partially, but also because the world was going this way anyway. Especially with people now teaching online a lot. They are in charge of their business, and we are filling a hole in the market from what we can see.
Or how would you define it? I guess would be the first question.
I would define it more in the appointment booking space, I guess. But it's for people who have classes with lots of students, and so they teach live classes in person or on Zoom or whatever, and they manage like 10 or 20 people in the class.
Okay, so what can you kind of describe what exactly it does? So it's for like a Zoom platform then?
It works with Zoom, Google Meet, or any other, whatever they've got set up. We just plug right into that, and we do the admin. So students can register for class, they can pay for class, they can, we take attendance automatically if it's online classes. They can email their students, tag them and group them so they can sort of organize their student list.
Tracking passes and stuff.
Yeah, they can create passes and memberships for people. Basically all the admin around teaching so that the teacher can focus on the teaching. That's our tagline.
So how does it differ? So I know there's a lot of those type of platforms out there. I mean, there's like Google Classroom. There's a couple of the, I'm not overly familiar with it, but I know there's a few of them that they have these pay for classes, platform like Masterclass and things like that. So how do you guys differentiate from those?
Almost all of the, they're not even really competitors. All of the platforms in that space tend to be expensive and very complicated and very powerful. They cater to yoga studios and schools and institutions. And that's overkill for these independent teachers. They can't afford to pay $100 a month. And they don't need software that like manages multiple rooms and does their taxes for them and all that kind of stuff.
So basically we're simpler and cheaper.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Okay, can I see it? Is there a demo that you can show?
So it's quite simple. This is the teacher's perspective. So they have a schedule dashboard where they create classes and deal with attendance and registrations. They get some basic stats about, you know, how they're doing financially and otherwise. And there's a student's dashboard where they see all their students. Every student can have a detail page where they can take notes on the student or give them passes or do other things, also see some stats. And the third main navigation place is the public profile. That's what the public sees and where they send their students to book classes. And teachers really like to see that, so we added that navigation. It's basically schedule and students, and
our internet is slow.
Yeah, our internet is really slow. Rest assured, this spinning wheel is not the site. This is our internet.
So how much traction have you guys made with this?
We have around 1,000 people, teachers signed up, and I would say 100 of them are what we call active. That means they're making us money. So there are a few.
How do they make you money? Do they pay subscription? Are they doing transactions? How does it work?
Yeah, it's both. So we have a free plan that's limited to 50 students. And if they use the payments platform, we take 5%. Then we have what we call the essential plan, that's $10 a month, and that reduces our transaction fees to 2%. Right now, just over half of the revenue coming in is from the transactions. It's roughly 50-50. And yeah, I mean, we're pretty excited about where this is going. We've run other startups before in a very similar space. I think that's why you contacted us, because of Yoga Trail. But this thing is, this is something good. The people are loving it. They're leaving reviews like it's the best thing they've ever seen or something. I don't know how we nailed it that well. But we're doubling user growth and revenue every month for the last 3 or 4 months.
How are you getting clients or users?
We started, so we have this other company, Yoga Trail, which is rather old. It's 8 years old. So we have 80,000 teachers on there. And we've been inviting a bunch of them over to Ubindi. We're getting some word of mouth, it looks like. And we've discovered, so Ubindi is very cheap, as you kind of gathered. And so we can't really afford to spend money on Google ads and Facebook ads and stuff like that. because probably we'd break even, but it wouldn't like make sense to spend our money that way. But we've discovered that we can make deals with schools that produce teachers, like teacher training programs, and associations of instructors and stuff like that, where we give them perks.
How much money are you looking to raise now?
Well, we're not even sure if we want to raise money. We could certainly use $100,000 to really accelerate the product and do some experiments with paid ads. It's hard to say what our LTV is for